Hi, welcome back to Science 1206, the motion unit. I'm Ms. Ledwell, and in this video, we'll talk about how to solve for distance or displacement. Let's begin. First up, let's review the difference between distance and displacement. Distance with the symbol d refers to the total length of a path an object moves on. It doesn't matter which direction the object moves in. What's important is how far it travels. Displacement with the symbol delta d with an arrow above it is the difference between an object's initial position and its final position, regardless of the path taken. In other words, displacement is the change in the object's position from some starting point. The equations for speed and velocity can be rearranged to solve for distance and displacement. For example, distance is equal to average speed times time, or d is equal to v average times t, or displacement is equal to average velocity times time, or delta d with an arrow above to indicate a vector quantity equals to velocity average times t. Remember that displacement will have a direction associated with it, but distance will not. Let's look at some examples solving for distance. A dolphin swims at a speed of 25 kilometers per hour. How far does the dolphin travel if it swims for 1.5 hours? First, let's figure out the information we're given in our problem. In this problem, we're given that the average speed is 25 kilometers per hour and the time is 1.5 hours. We're asked to find the distance. In order to solve this problem, let's rearrange the formula for speed to solve for distance, then place our values in the formula. Distance is equal to average speed times time. So we had an average speed of 25 kilometers per hour times the time of 1.5 hours. That gives us a distance of 38 kilometers. Notice in our problem we multiplied two numbers, both with two significant digits, so we have two significant digits in our answer. In 1.5 hours, the dolphin traveled 38 kilometers. Let's look at an example of solving for displacement. A skateboarder moves at a velocity of 15 kilometers per hour north for 25 minutes. Find the displacement of the skateboarder in kilometers. The first step is to figure out the information we're given in the problem. We're given that the average velocity is 15 kilometers per hour north, and the time is 25 minutes, or 0.42 hours. Remember that you have to be careful with your units. Because the speed is in kilometers per hour, we need to use hours for our time. The next thing we need to figure out is what we're asked to find, and we're asked to find the displacement. To solve this problem, we will rearrange the formula for velocity to solve for displacement. Then we'll place our values in the formula. So the formula for displacement is average velocity times time. Our average velocity is 15 kilometers per hour north, times our time is 0.42 hours. That gives us 6.3 kilometers north. In 25 minutes, the skateboarder traveled 6.3 kilometers north. Now it's time for you to try some practice problems. Pause this video and grab a pencil and some paper, or open up a blank document on your electronic device. Number your paper or document from 1 to 3. You'll need to leave space for calculations between each number. As each problem in the tables on the next slides is revealed, write down your answer. We will then review the correct answers one by one. After numbering your paper or document, please resume this instructional video. Let's take a look at our first problem. A crow flies at an average speed of 28 kilometers per hour for 35 minutes. Determine the distance the crow flew. Pause the video while you calculate your answer, then resume it and we'll go through the answer together. The formula for distance is average speed times time. In this problem, time is given in minutes, but the speed is in kilometers per hour, so we'll divide the time by 60 to convert it to hours. Our distance then is our speed, 28 kilometers per hour, times our time, 0.58 hours. That gives us 48 kilometers. The crow flew 48 kilometers. Let's try another one. A turtle crawls at a speed of 2.2 kilometers per hour. Calculate the distance the turtle covers if it crawls for 1.5 hours. Distance is equal to average speed times time. Our average speed was 2.2 kilometers per hour times our time is 1.5 hours. That gives us 3.3 kilometers. The turtle covered a distance of 3.3 kilometers. Notice that in the problem I had two significant figures in both numbers, and I have 2 in my answer. Our last one for you to try says, if a dog runs at 12 meters per second for 15 minutes, how far will he go? The formula for distance is average speed times time. In this problem, time is given in minutes, but speed is in meters per second, so multiply by 60 to convert minutes to seconds. The distance then is equal to the average speed, 12 meters per second, times 9.0 times 10 to the 2 seconds. The reason I wrote this in scientific notation was to keep my significant digits at 2. This gives me 10,800 meters, or with the correct significant figures, that would be rounded to 1.1 times 10 to the 4 meters. The dog ran 1.1 times 10 to the 4 meters, or 11 kilometers in 15 minutes. Now it's time to review. Complete the learning activities in Brightspace.